Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Breeze, Breezeway Productions The Breeze, where we bring you the latest in independent films and film festival news. And we're happy to continue our coverage of this year's Oxford Film Festival. We have with us today Joseph Sackett to talk about his film, Homebody. How are you, Joseph?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy to launch into this mellow because a lot of the other interviews, as you've seen, are very hype. So we'll have a nice radio talk about it, even though we're doing a little bit of visuals. So, Joseph, tell me a little bit about Homebody.
Yeah, so Homebody is a genderqueer fantasy about a little boy who sends his spirit into his babysitter's body. It's inspired by true events from, when I sent my spirit into my babysitter's body. Just kidding. But even though it is, a fantasy, high concept kind of movie, it comes from a very real emotional place. When I was a little kid, I looked up to my babysitters, my mom, a lot of older women in my life, and wanted to be like them. And this movie is me kind of reconciling, coming to terms with my own genderqueer childhood and the ways in which, not feeling like the right kind of boy brought me a lot of shame as a little kid. But this movie is a playful, lighthearted exploration of those fantasies I had when I was younger. What would it be like to be a woman for a day?
Oh, wow. Okay. When you were putting together your cast and that this was written about your experiences when you were younger, did you find someone that resonated while you were a kid? That's like what was seen recently in Belfast when Kenneth Branagh found himself as a child. What did you see when you found your talent for the film?
Yeah, well, so this feature was expanded from a short film that I made a few years ago called I Was in Your Blood. That was just about a little boy who idolized his babysitter and at the end had this brief dream about going into her body. And when I decided I wanted to expand that story into a feature, I thought, what if he didn't just dream about going into her body? What if we actually let him, being John Malkovitch style, inhabit her body for a day?
Nice.
But I only bring up the short film because I wrote the feature with the two actors I had worked with on the short in mind. So Colby Minifie as the babysitter and Trey Ryder as the little boy.
Okay.
We had worked together in this short film before. They had played these characters and they had had a lot of time on that shoot to get to know each other. So we kind of showed up on the first day of shooting with a rapport already existing between them.
Okay, so that's interesting. It brings me to a question that a lot of independent filmmakers, short independent filmmakers have of saying, I've completed my short, I want to jump to a feature film. How did you make that jump and what were your steps to do it?
It's interesting. When I made that short, I Was in Your Blood, I was developing multiple other feature scripts, none of which really panned out in the sense that I didn't make them. Although I will say, I don't think any writing goes to waste. It's like you might not use an idea in one script, but it'll, recycle itself in another story.
Sure.
But anyway, there were multiple scripts that I had written, feature scripts that I'd written first drafts of. The inspiration something wasn't quite clicking with those, and I made this little short about this idea I'd had for a while about just a little boy who idolized his babysitter. And then, yeah, something in my mind just said, I think this is the feature I want to make. And I didn't make the short with any intention of it being a proof of concept, although that's kind of what it turned into.
Interesting.
um, yeah, it was really just a matter of like following the inspiration train where it led. Although it
Did you
was really helpful when we went to make the feature to have this short version, as a, like I said, proof of concept to show people this is the vibe, this is the story we're going for.
did you have a producer that saw the short that wanted to help make this a feature? Did you have like an Indiegogo, a Kickstarter? I guess because a lot of people find that there are walls that they can't break through to make the feature while they're shooting the short. So my question would be, did somebody see it and was impacted and help create the feature? Did you just, put the pedal to the metal and make the feature after it was a short, or how did that go?
Yeah, I mean, I spent about a year and a half after making the short developing the script, probably wrote 5 or 6 drafts. Got very lucky in that a friend of mine from film school, Joy Jorgensen, I had worked with her before as a producer, and she was interested in producing this movie. and
Nice.
you know, it's always more fun to work with friends, and we already had a good relationship.
Of course.
She's producing my second feature right now.
Very nice.
So I got very lucky there. And yeah, I mean, to answer your other question, we did do a Kickstarter.
Oh, good.
We made this movie for,
You don't have to say. It's
yeah,
fine.
not a lot of money. I feel like it looks more
It's all
expensive
indie here.
than it was. Totally. Yeah, yeah. So I don't even like to tell people how much because I want them to assume a higher number than it was. We made this for very little. There are a lot of favors called in. There are a lot of people working. A lot
Such
of
as
friends.
it is in this world. I can understand
Totally.
it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's like independent filmmaking, just calling on
Everyone.
favorites from everyone in your life multiple times. Just
Sure.
it is.
Yeah, I can understand that. And you have quite the cast here that I hope people are able to enjoy and explore. Jasmine Walker, Purva Beta, Zoe Chow, Julian Sihi. I'm sorry if I butchered any of those names, but I'm just reading from IMDb here. And you just recently screened at the Oxford Film Festival. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the film festival for the official selection this year?
Yeah, well, we're just really happy to be a part of this festival. We've been having such a fun time taking this movie around and showing it to people. It is a movie that I think leaves people feeling good. That was definitely my intention making it. I am a happy endings kind of person, definitely a happy endings kind of filmmaker. So
Nice.
even though it does chew on some big complex themes, I wanted to make something that was entertaining and yeah, that left people in a good mood, hopefully.
Nice, nice. We hope our audience is able to check it out. Where can people go to find out more about it? Like a website, YouTube, Instagram, things like that.
Yeah, so on Instagram we're at homebody_film.
Okay.
Also my Instagram at Joseph_Sackett, and our website is homebodyfilm.com. So any updates as to where it'll be next can be found there.
Right on. Well, you can see all of those links below, as well as when we edit this, you'll be able to see it in the lower thirds. So, again, I want to thank you for coming on the show, Joseph Sackett, to talk about your film, Homebody, which just played at the Oxford Film Festival. And we hope that our audiences are able to check out our upcoming interviews for other films that were officially selected on The Breeze. Thanks again, Joe.
Thanks for having me.